it going, guys? In today's video, we're going to be installing some rear motor mount bushings from Powerflex USA. The whole point of these is to try to eliminate some wheel hop or at least reduce it a little bit. With this vehicle being front wheel drive and about 300 horsepower, you're going to have wheel hop from time to time. There's nothing you could do about it. So we're going to go ahead and try to alleviate that issue here. I'm going to be doing an install video to show you guys how to do it if you want to do it for your Elantra N. And then afterwards, I'm going to be showing you some before and after videos. We're going to try to see if it eliminates the wheel hop and maybe also improve our 0 to 60 time a little bit. So let's get right into the install. All right, guys, we're underneath the vehicle. We're going to be removing the 17 millimeter first. Then we have two 14 millimeters back here to remove. I've seen how difficult this one especially can be to remove, so I'm going to be using air tools to remove it. But when I put it back on, I will be torquing it down to spec properly. Just make sure you remove this one first. Let's get right to it. All right, now that we got the engine mount removed, we still need to remove this 14 millimeter bolt to replace these two bushings right here. These are the ones that we're replacing with. These are the Performance Purple from Powerflex USA. Again, I'll put a link in the description if you want to get these for yourself. We need to make sure that they are like this, replacing them. They just not that way. It doesn't matter which one goes where, as long as they're facing this direction. We will be reusing all of the original hardware. Nothing else changes except for just the bushings. So let's go ahead and get this removed. They do recommend using a vise. I don't have one mounted to my workbench right now, so we're going to do a little makeshift one here. All right, now that we got it all apart, I want to show you guys the full assembly and how to exactly do it. The one, if it has the hole right here, this is supposed to be towards the bottom of the vehicle. You can tell because this part is supposed to be towards the top, which this little, basically, nut is going to hold this bolt once we screw it in. So I'm going to put it together. I'll do a quick time lapse so that way you guys can see how to do it yourself. All right, back to our makeshift vise here. We need to get this 14 millimeter torque down because you're not going to be able to do it once it's on the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and hand tighten it almost as much as we can. We're only going to do 40 foot-pounds here. I've seen different recommendations between 40 to 50. All right, we got our torque wrench set to 40. So a couple more turns here should be good. There we go. And let's go ahead and start getting it put back on the car. All right, car's put all back together. I'm gonna do some test runs after the bushings have been on. What you're gonna see first is 4 test runs before the bushings. I did 2 with launch control and 2 without. So you'll see those first, and then you'll see my test runs after the bushings have been installed. All right, just a quick recap on before putting the bushings on, without launch control, with launch control, without launch control, and with launch control. This is set at 3,200 RPMs for the launch, and then when we did it without launch control, the car revved up to roughly 2,000 RPMs. Also, to show you my end settings, the way I had it just for this test, this is the way I had it set. I had suspension to the stiffest setting, electronic stability control to level 2, and everything else turned all the way up. to review our last 5 times here. I know the first time I only did 4. The last time I did 5. We had a 5.5, 5.1, and 5.5 without launch control, and a 5.6 and a 5.1 with launch control. So overall, there is definitely a slight improvement. We'll talk more about those numbers here in a second. But overall, the wheel hop definitely went away a lot. I did notice it wanted to wheel hop, but I believe where if I would have had the stock bushings, I would have had a lot more harsher wheel hop like I did in the preliminary testing. So that's all for that. Again, to review the first 4, 5.5, 5.3, 5.9, and 5.5. Last 5, 5.5, 5.6, 5.1, 5.1, and 5.5. So I'll put the averages up here for you in a second, but overall, definitely an improvement and definitely feels a lot better. But overall, not really a difference in NVH. It feels just fine. It feels like stock bushings. I don't notice any difference. Nothing's more harsh. Nothing's louder. Not getting any vibrations or anything. So far, so good. All right, so after testing the new bushings on the car, we averaged a 0.2 improvement on our 0 to 60 time. I know there's going to be a lot of variables there. And also with the computer, I noticed there's a lot of 5.53 times. So I don't know how accurate the computer is on inside the car, but it is still pretty cool to have. Overall, definitely felt a little bit faster. It definitely had a lot less wheel hop, if not none at all. Now, these bushings aren't meant just to make your car faster, but to eliminate that wheel hop is going to save your suspension a lot in the long run. Overall, I know there's other options out there for motor mounts through 6-Element and Boomba and perhaps others. But to me, for a lot less money, for only about 40 bucks, you can get these bushings. As of right now, this is the best modification you could do for your Elantra N right now, and probably other vehicles that are higher in performance and front wheel drive. So let me know what you guys think about these bushings. Are you gonna do these for your car? I definitely think they're worth it. Overall, I also wanted to mention the whole install. If I wasn't recording, I could have probably easily done it in like a half hour. But if you don't have a means for the tools, it's probably worth it even spending the money taking it to a shop if you're uncomfortable doing it. Very affordable product, and it shouldn't cost too much for a shop to install these for you. So I definitely recommend it. I'm not affiliated with Powerflex USA at all, but I definitely recommend their products. They're good people over there. So I'm going to put a link to the product in the description below if you guys want to get this product for yourself. As far as the next video goes, we have a new sponsor on the channel. Badge Skins is going to be sending us some products. We're going to be changing some cosmetic looks on the vehicle, so stay tuned for that. That'll be happening here very soon. But as for now, that's all I got for you in today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.